Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications for the latest updates. Tropical Storm Rene has formed east of Cabo Verde right now and is the earliest 17th named storm on record for the Atlantic Basin, beating out Rita of 2005. Currently with winds of 40 miles an hour and a minimum pressure of 1,001 millibars as of 8 p.m. Cabo Verde time, September 7th, 2020. Storm is currently located at 16.1 degrees north, 22.3 degrees west. Tropical storm warnings in effect right now, as the storm is expected to blow through the islands over the next 12 to 18 hours or so, bringing some gusty winds and locally heavy rainfall, which will cause some minor flooding threats for the area. For Rio Grande right now, 172 miles away, that's the highest odds for location of tropical storm force winds. Santa Maria and Paria are much closer though, 46 miles and 39 miles respectively. All those are in Cabo Verde. After that, the system is not expected to have any land interaction for at least the next 5 days afterwards. Again, tropical storm warnings in effect right now for the Cabo Verde Islands. Storm is blowing through there right now, bringing gusty winds and locally heavy rainfall, with the minor threat of flash flooding, and localized heavy rainfall will obviously be a threat, as is typical of tropical cyclones coming through land. Here's the GFS model showing precipitation and cloud cover. You can see Rene come into the frame on the very far side of the screen there. It's really on the eastern periphery. You can also see Paulette there further to the left, which is the earliest 16th named storm on record, which formed this morning. Rene in particular is going to likely become a hurricane. That is the consensus forecast right now. Its mid to long range path though is much more uncertain. It could circle around in the central Atlantic for quite some time, although we're in a time frame where that still isn't really that clear. For the time being though, it's expected that it will try to hook more northward and eastward. Here's sea surface temperatures. You can see right here 27 degrees, about where the storm is right now. That's really on the far eastern side of the screen, the far right side. And that's pretty similar a lot of the ways towards the Lesser Antilles. It gets much warmer as you get right next to the Leeward Islands and Windward Islands, where it pumps up to the 29 degrees Celsius range. But where Rene is right now, 27 and some plotches of 28. Here are the models from the GFS again showing wind this time. You can see Rene as a tropical storm come in from the far right side of the screen, track along the middle, and you can also see Paulette there as a broader system, although more disorganized on this GFS run. You can see again though on this model that Rene does become a hurricane according to it, while drifting up northward in the central tropical Atlantic, going much further up north into just the main North Atlantic region, and then at this point potentially doing a loop around back towards the main development region again later on down the line, but that's obviously way too far off to say with any certainty. Chance of tropical storm force winds right now, though, for Rio Grande, 32%, Santa Maria, 5%, and Paria, 0% right now. That's too far south, actually, to get tropical storm force winds. Those are confined to a pretty small area north of the center right now, but data has shown that it is a tropical storm. Here's the National Hurricane Center cone. You can see that emphasis there. By day 5, really, this thing should really start to turn northward a bit more. It could go mostly due west for the next 3 days or so. The long range, again, with this is quite uncertain, although it does look like after it passes Cabo Verde, it will be a fish-type system for some time, maybe something to monitor heading into next week, really, if it's still around at that point in time. Here are the key messages from the National Hurricane Center again regarding the system. It's a tropical storm now, so these are slightly dated, but of course locally heavy rainfall will be causing some flooding concerns for the areas, although not too major in particular, with the tropical storm warning in effect for the islands in case tropical storm force winds do occur, which is a possibility as it is a tropical storm just east of them right now. Here's the latest satellite imagery of the storm. You can see as night falls over it, looking quite impressive for a weak tropical storm, 40 miles an hour, which is the current sustained winds confirmed by the National Hurricane Center and data. Still quite impressive though, expected to become a hurricane in the coming days after passing Cabo Verde. Stay tuned for Force 13 with more updates. We'll keep you covered. On our outlets, force13.com for web articles and the live cyclone tracker. You can also find us here on YouTube. If you're not watching here already, make sure to subscribe. We're also on Facebook. It's Force13 to find our latest posts there. And we're also on Twitter. It's @Force13 to ask us a question on that platform. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. More information can be found at patreon.com/Force13, or you can become an Ultimate fan right here on YouTube for perks and to directly support the project and our future endeavors in these times. You can also find us on Discord to communicate with us on our Discord server. Link is in the description below, and you can message Fool13 at extension 9094.